I worry about touch. I'd foreseen this scenario, albeit not in this form, but as a natural outcome of unrestrained consumption. Safe inside my hermit island bubble, I'd been worried about the impending peril that bandwidth, internet connectivity, travel were in, but most of all, I worried about the loss of touch. Life has been online for long already. Voices have been in the head more than in the flesh. See, this isn't entirely new. This inwards, indoors, I've inhabited a long while. The stasis, the mass of time drifting, stretching, shrinking, forming. I am meant to be prepared for this. I am, more or less. Screens are vital. Distance is acute. Distraction is native. Attention is shattered. What do we pay attention to as we maplessly walk the flatness of screens? What response evoked in us? Does flatness deepen edges and corners in our minds? Against the uncertainty of flatland, will we erect walls and edifices? Will we hem ourselves into maps with fences and boundaries we didn't really need? I find the German word for this now appropriate. Einschränkungen, restrictions, limitations. How the sound of it correlates with the feeling of shrinking it creates in English, the image of a closet it sends up in German. See, this isn't new to me, the mass of time, formless, stretching, meandering, drifting, slack. But as time undulates inside a new landscape, the sense of sliding is unmissable. Savoring empty time in a hypercity with a crowd to hold you afloat is not the same as when new, unfriendly coordinates of shrinking landscape appear. Time is short, even as we adapt to the rearrangement of space onto our screens. Time is short, time is slow, time has passed, there is now. Oh, when shall we meet again? When you haven't met someone for long, you fill in all the sense information you will not have. This is like reading a book. You fashion characters out of the contours of sentences and images on screens. You construct their smell out of repressed memories, if smell's your thing. Their presence a lump of clay your mind can form as you like. When there is precarity, awareness of finity as we wait for an opening, those far away are more present because they are vitally absent. You have to connect the dots for yourself, and thus you pay deeper attention to their presence. This makes absence a gift to our present selves. Waves invade the shore. Touch, no touch. I worry about spam. Such an archaic word. The technique of spamming is fundamental to existence in how the seeds of life propagate, and to the destruction of being in how propaganda disseminates in its focus to eliminate. Viruses online and off of our bodies and minds, environments contaminated online and off, minds infected by fascist propaganda campaigns of scrambling information, weaponizing obfuscation, bodies infected by careless minds refusing to cooperate. Signals are jammed, visuals are authoritarian. Sun is out, quiet is quieter. Heimweh, saudade, nostalgia. 12 years ago, in a dive on the Lower East Side of Manhattan, the bartender asked me what my plans were now. I said it'll be a couple of years of drifting. She said, I wish more people said that, with a definite smile I cannot forget. It warmed me to my non-root. My work, in its drifting, unfinished, groping manner, concerns itself with memory, engaging with space, what experiencing the other is like, maplessly. Particularly, I am concerned with conscious but not so conscious engagement with the city. How is that supposed to work now? I agonize over the project I decided to begin, the vanity of it in such a time, doubt, and searching. Minds construct landscapes out of what they pay attention to, projecting surroundings onto themselves to create maps to move and act by. Surely what we map is already mapped for us. Yes, it is. Swirls of power map the city for us, order us in even our drifts. They map the times for us, order us into boxes. And when, with time, maps fail, frayed edges, walls crumbling into the landscape, the breeze will blow flakes of scattered déjà vu, intermittent encounters with jamais vu. Cities are formed of moments, temperaments, hands are held, sunlight slanting, bus stop waiting, never saying goodbye. Neighborhoods become entire cities when seen from afar. Like how the brain maps for itself exaggeratedly parts of the body that it favors, the body then an asymmetric, unbalanced representational model of itself. So, the city gives weight to moments and maps lives unfolded in the folds of its map. How will the experience of this time of shrinking shift our map of the world itself, of ourselves, of each other? Did we actually make plans to meet? Whatever for. I remember why, do you? But it doesn't matter, we will forget why when we meet. And so, we see each other refreshed, renewed, now in spirit, and then in the flesh.